Hello Basma. Hello Muhammad.
Hello,
What are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. How are you Basma?
I'm fine.
How's it all going? Hope you had a nice week.
Yeah, it was a good week.
Okay. So I think you both know each other, right? Like you have attended a lot of sessions together. Basma, Muhammad.
I have a problem that his name is Muhammad and I don't know his last name, so I don't configure him, and I didn't configure him because of his name. His name is common.
Okay. The word you're looking for is recognize.
Recognize, yes.
Write it down. Okay, his name is Muhammad Ibrahim.
Muhammad what?
Ibrahim. Did you hear us, Basma?
Yeah.
Do you remember him? Muhammad, do you remember Basma?
Yes, I think some company or something like this, and she has 2 kids, right? Or you are another person?
No, I am another person.
Oh my God! Sorry.
No problem. The one I have 2 kids is Isra. I have one daughter only, Alia.
Okay.
Okay. Then if you don't know each other, let's introduce each other again. Muhammad, start.
Okay. My name is Muhammad Ibrahim. I am studying mechanical engineering, specialized in naval architecture. It's my first year in my master, and I am 29 years old. Yes, okay, that's it.
Okay, thank you, Muhammad. Hello, Muhammad.
Hello.
Muhammad, we were checking if everybody knows each other, introducing ourselves for like over a month now. So I want if you remember anything about Muhammad or Basma.
I can't really remember Muhammad. There are a lot of Muhammad.
Okay.
But I think
Muhammad Ibrahim. Does that ring any bells?
no, it doesn't. To be honest, no.
Okay. Do you remember anything about Basma?
I think we had a meeting one time on Zoom as well. But I don't know any more information, to be honest. I think I remember Rayo. Rayo is a gamer.
Okay, that's good.
Me too. Remember Rayo? He loves the game as if he adores games.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice. Muhammad, do you remember Rio?
Yes, the same also. Yeah,
About gaming.
yes.
Okay, do you, Muhammad or Basma, remember anything about Muhammad?
Actually, I remember his name. We attended like a session before together, but not really. Not.
Basma, do you remember Muhammad?
I remember only his name because his name is special. But
Okay.
I forget all his information.
Okay, Muhammad, will you please introduce yourself to everybody?
Alright, I'm software developer. I'm a graduate from Faculty of Commerce. I like fishing. That's it.
Okay. I think the only one left is Basma. Basma, will you please introduce yourself to everybody and try to remember Basma, everybody.
My name is Basma Zakaria. I'm mechanical engineer. I'm 35 years old. I have one daughter called Alia.
Okay. Thank you, Basma. By the way, if you want to say you have been looking at a place for a certain amount of time, you don't have to use the word old. You can just say for 12 years. Basma, did you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, you can just say I've been working at this company for 12 years without using the word old.
Okay.
Okay. This week, no, we 2 weeks ago we discussed books, right? Who attended when we were talking about books and reading?
I did.
Okay, Muhammad, Basma? I think Basma was there. But never missed.
Me too. I attended.
Okay. This time we have something a little bit different, and we're going to take it to the same route and try to link it to learning a language. We're talking about movies. Who here likes movies?
I think we all love movies.
Yeah.
Muhammad likes movies. Basma and Muhammad, you both like movies?
Yes, I do like movies. Yes.
Me too.
Okay, what type of movies do you like, Basma?
Kind of romantic, like The Lake House and The Notebook.
Okay, Muhammad?
I like the dramatic movies, like the movies. I really like the movies that don't make you think. So I like that if you telling me a story, a real story, in a movie, this is like the best, the favorite type of movies for me.
Okay, can you give us a name?
Actually, I do like the old Arabic movies, so that has just a simple story and that's it. So there are thousands, there are tons of the Arabic.
Okay, give us two. Tell us two of them.
Okay, about in Arabic, okay?
Yeah, of course. Their names are Arabic.
Just very simple films like الدكتور. This
Okay.
is Farid Shawqi. Like التعلب والعنب. Very like.
Okay. Okay. Hey, can you please write them down in the chat, and Basma also write the movies you told us about in the chat.
Okay. But should I write them in Arabic?
Yes, in Arabic. Basma also write the two movies you told us, The Lake House and The Notebook, in the chat. Okay, welcome Noha.
Hello, Peter.
Everybody, do you remember anything about Noha? She was here.
She attended a session with us last week.
Yeah, do you remember anything about her?
No.
Okay, Basma.
Remember anything?
Okay.
Bad memory.
I have a bad memory. I remember my name. Sometimes I forget my name.
It's okay.
Okay, Noha, will you please introduce yourself? So, because next time I'm gonna ask again if you remember.
Okay, I am Noha. I study dentistry. I am 20 years old. And I like playing the guitar.
Okay, great. Try to remember these guys. Okay, we're talking about movies today, Noha. So we're asking around what movies do people like? Now it's Muhannad's turn. Muhannad, what kind of movies do you like?
I don't think there is a genre for my kind of movie, but I like best the movies where you start from zero and you reach the top.
Can you give us an example?
For example, The Pursuit of Happiness, Rocky as well, and there is Creed. لن أعيش في جلباب أبي, that's really one of the best. This kind of movies or series.
So did you watch Slumdog Millionaire?
Hmm?
Did you watch the movie Slumdog Millionaire? It's an Indian movie.
No, I didn't really see that movie.
Okay, the type of movies Mohan is talking about is about when someone starts with nothing and then becomes successful. I either call success stories or underdog movies. In the chat. Success stories are understandable, like it's a story about success. An underdog means someone who is weak, or when you see them, you think that they cannot win because they seem so little. So there's the word an underdog. So if you're in a competition, like let's say in a wrestling competition, do you know wrestling? Everybody knows wrestling?
WWE?
Yeah.
No,
Who doesn't know what wrestling is?
I don't know the meaning.
Wrestling? I'm writing the chat. Means people are fighting. المصارعة.
Wrestling.
Okay? So when you look like people in a wrestling match and you see someone who looks thin and small and weak, you call that an underdog. So the movies Mohan is talking about is about underdogs, people who seem weak but then are able to succeed in the end. Okay? It's Ryu's turn. Ryu, will you please tell us about the movies you like?
Okay, well, generally I like movies that have very fictitious things, like things that seemingly can't be real, but in a way you think like they can be, like 100 years in the future or something.
Okay.
You know, like huge technological advancements, or things like maybe spacecraft, things like that. And on the other hand, I really like historical fantasy things like Lord of the Rings and things with magic, like, you know, Thor.
Okay.
Things. So to name two movies that I really like, well, I just said Lord of the Rings, and there's also what's it called? Oh my god, Inception.
Okay, great. Mohana, do you please write down the movies you liked in the chat?
Sure, one second.
Okay, and also you do the same, Ryu. Write down the movies you said and tell us which one of the, like, Lord of the Rings. Let me just do some words here. Reuse the word fictitious, which comes from fiction, which means it is not real. خيال. Fictitious means something is خيالي. Fiction is the word خيال. Okay? He talked about two types of movies. First, something that can happen in the future, like it's scientific, so we call it science fiction. Okay, so science fiction is movies like that have a lot of science, like Inception, like you said, like what was the other one about space? What was it called? It's very okay, I'm trying to remember it. The one about them going back in time and forward in time and God.
The Butterfly Effect.
No. The movie when like he went to space and his daughter was waiting for him on Earth and she was able to get them out to space. She saved Earth. And they're living in a big thing now.
Time Machine?
10 Cloverfield Lane, I think.
No, it was one word.
That's...
Interstellar.
Oh yes, that one.
Do you know the movie Interstellar, everybody?
Oh, it's freaking love it.
Yeah, or Star Wars, or Star Trek, or anything that happens in the future where there is a lot of space, a lot of science. It's called science fiction. And the other type of movie he talked about are fantasy movies. Movies that have a lot of dragons, a lot of warriors from the past, magic. They're called fantasy movies. So Ryu, you said Lord of the Rings. Which movie do you like the best? Because Lord of the Rings are in something we call a trilogy.
I honestly love the third one better, the most. It's The Return of the King. Mainly, to be honest, because I played the game of the movie, so that's why I love it the most.
Okay, wait. I've been sending. I'm so sorry. I've been sending the words to. No. Muhannad.
Yes.
Please send the messages to the general chat, the public chat, not to me directly.
All right.
You know how to do that?
1 second.
Everybody, do you know this word, trilogy?
I think now I sent it for everyone.
Okay, yeah, it's for everyone now. Did you see the word that I sent, trilogy?
Yeah, trilogy.
You don't say trilogy, it's just trilogy. Trilogy. Soft. So do you know what it means?
I think it's a series of movies which usually are 3, which is 3, not usually.
Yeah. Trilogy means it's a story told in 3 parts. So Star Wars always release their movies in 3 parts. So there's the first movie, second movie, third movie. They tell a story together, and there is the second movie, there is the 4th movie, 5th movie, and 6th movie. Tell another story. And then there's the 7th, 8th, and 9th. There's another story. Lord of the Rings is the same. You have 3 movies for the main story and 3 movies for another story. So when we have something that is in 3 parts, it's called a trilogy. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay, Noha, it's your turn. What kind of movies do you like?
I like mystery movies, like Gone Girl and The Girl on the Train.
Mm-hmm.
And also I like fairy tales. For example, Cindrella.
Uh-huh.
I like science fiction too.
Okay, can you please write down the movies you like in the chat?
Yeah, sure.
So Noha used the words fairy tales. Basma, do you know what fairy tales mean?
It's kind of cartoons that my daughter love it. Cinderella and Snow White, this kind of story.
Yeah, exactly. Fairy tales are stories that are made for kids. They were made basically to teach them like useful life advice through telling stories. This is great. Thank you. Now, I'm going to reverse the question and ask you about the movies you do not like. What kind of movie you cannot sit through? Let's start with Muhannad.
I think I don't hate certain kind of movies, but it's not just like it doesn't attract me that much.
Okay, what type of movies that doesn't attract you?
For example, The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. I watched these movies, but I really didn't enjoy them. I watched them one time, then I didn't finish and didn't watch them again. But on the other side, I liked Harry Potter, and I watched it again.
Okay.
So basically, I don't hate a certain kind of movies, but I hate some movies.
Okay, what makes you think that Harry Potter did better than Lord of the Rings? That's what made you like Harry Potter and not like Lord of the Rings?
Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit were very, very long. Like a movie was like 3 hours.
Okay.
And I was very bored when I was watching it. I was like, hey, finish that movie, I am bored. Okay. Harry Potter was like an hour and a half, like 2 hours at max, I think.
Okay, so you don't like movies that are too long?
Not in that way. If it's long and it has many thrills, I will like it. But it's not it's boring. I don't know what. I don't know.
Oh, okay. That's fair. Basma, what kind of movies do you not like?
Science fiction movies, like science fiction movies with action movies, like Matrix. Do you know Matrix movie?
Yeah.
I hate this movie.
Why? I didn't get why you don't like them.
I don't like a lot of imagination with action. I don't like hitting and slashing and this kind of stuff.
Okay. So, great. Thank you, Basma. Muhammad.
Yeah, sorry for. Okay, I don't like the action movies, and because it's not like real. When you can like shoot someone and they stop and start speaking, and then at the end maybe the other one who don't have the gun can kill the one who has a gun. So it's not like real. I don't like this kind. I think I'm wasting my time when I watch this kind of movies, the action. And also like the horror movies, the blood and the horror stuff like this, and I don't feel comfortable at all to watch these movies.
Okay. Muhammad used the word horror. Do we know what the word horror means? Anybody?
It's like fear, movies that makes you afraid of something.
Yes. Yes. But do you know the difference between a horror and a thriller movie?
Yeah,
Horror and thriller.
I think I know.
Please tell us.
A thriller, it's something like attracts you to the movie, but it doesn't make you afraid of the movie. Like it makes you have like adrenaline in you, and you like to keep watching the movie or the series. I think that's the thrill. That's the meaning of thrill.
Okay, thank you.
But
Rio, something to say? Please share it with us. Don't write in the chat. Rio?
Yes.
Do you know what the difference between a horror and a thriller?
Well, basically horror is anything that relies on scaring you, like ghosts, supernatural things like vampires, werewolves, whatever, or basically anything that like makes you feel like something is chasing, like a killer, or like some kind of something in your dreams or whatever. And the thriller is basically something that has a lot of suspense in it. It keeps you like thinking what is going to happen next, and they can be the same. These two genres can be in the same movie actually. Like a movie can be a thriller and a horror movie, but not all thriller movies are horror movies.
Okay. Thank you, Rio. This is great. This is exactly what we wanted to know. Mohamed, your camera is on. Okay, so we use the word suspense. We use the word in Arabic, suspense. You know what suspense means? Does anybody know, doesn't know what suspense means? Okay, I see everybody knows it. Okay, great. Thank you, Rio. Noha, what kind of movies do you not like?
I don't like horror movies too, because they make me stressed for like 3 weeks after I watch them.
Okay. Thank you, Noha. Rio, what kind of movies do you not like?
That's important. Basically, I don't like a movie that doesn't tell a full story. You know, like this movie called The Woman, for example, it's like has so much drama and no story whatsoever. It's like things are happening, but you can't tell what's the point? Things are happening. There is all this fighting. There is all this like events, but there is no story. Like just a guy meeting people, and like there is so much killing and no. Like I don't know these people. I didn't get attracted to the characters.
Okay.
That's basically the one movie I like the least in my entire life is this movie, The Woman. And there's also other movies that are like basically follow what are they called? Like they follow I think it's called in Arabic like dibaga, or like they have like this course, like they think what a successful movie is about is like there are a couple thrills, a couple jump scares, a couple like moments with a lot of dramatic music, and that's what makes a good movie. Excuse me. And that's what makes a good movie. So like they just put some, you know, like people put them, make a conversation, and that's it. A movie is done, and there is no work done in writing the actual script or the actual story of the movie.
Okay, so I think the word you're looking for is stereotypical.
Is what?
Stereotypical instead of dibaga. Do you mean stereotypical?
I think, yeah, that's close enough. You know, like يعني you know the kind of movies that are like مشي حالك.
I don't watch a lot of movies, so I don't know what we mean by مشي حالك.
Okay, basically, for example, there's a movie called the Sharkansas Women's Prison Massacre. This is a very good example of that movie. It puts sharks, because shark movies are so popular, and it puts a lot of women in trouble. So because you know the damsel in distress stuff, that's also popular. So it puts this and puts that, and it puts a guy with a romance with one of the girls, and that's a movie. But it's so cheesy. The acting is terrible, and it's still considered a movie. It was shown in theaters. It's available to buy online. Like I can't believe people pay money for things like that.
Okay, I think the word cheesy also works. Let's go through these words because you said a lot of big words. Okay, first up, reuse the word dibaga, which is trying to say that these movies seem so copied from each other, so they become like the typical kind of movie that you see that doesn't make any sense. Sometimes you use the word stereotypical. It's in the chat. Stereotypical. Who here knows the word stereotypes? Stereotypes. Anybody?
I think it means the vision you have in your memory about something.
One by one, okay. Sorry, Mohamed, please say it again.
It's the vision you have in your memory about something or someone.
Okay.
Like for example.
Basma, please, do you know what the word stereotype means?
I think it is so many kinds, like it are similar to each other.
Okay, yeah, that's part of it. Rio, yours in your hand.
Okay, I think the most accurate thing to describe stereotypes is basically our preconceptions about something. Like when you see, some people think all cartoons are just for kids. That's stereotyping cartoons. Okay, everyone who sees like a guy who looks tired and has like a scar next to his eye, that's a thug. That's a street person. So on, stereotyping people basically.
Okay, yes, that's exactly what it means. Stereotype means that you try to say that someone is something, or like a movie is is like you try to group it together with something that you think it's like it. So when we say that, let's say like all fat peoples are lazy, is a stereotype. You think everybody who is fat is lazy. You think everybody who puts out of makeup is wants to get attention. This is a stereotype. Just assume things about people or thinks things about people that probably are not true. You just think them because you thought about it before or someone told you. You don't really know. But when you use the word stereotypical, it tends to become more real. That this movie is stereotypical. It means like, okay, we all understand that it follows a certain pattern, and it is really like these other movies that I think are bad. So this is the word stereotypical. Second thing reused is damsel in distress. Does anybody know what damsel in distress means? Please raise your hand. Muhammad, you've been very quiet. Do you know what damsel in distress means?
No. Can you write it down?
It's in the chat. It's the word before last. Damsel in distress.
No.
Okay. Muhammad?
I never heard of this word, to be honest. I can guess it.
Okay. Try to.
I think when you're overloading yourself with bad thoughts, so you're becoming distressed. You're becoming stressed. I think.
No. That's not?
I don't know.
No, huh?
I have no idea.
Okay. Of course, Ryu, you know it. Chris, tell us, Ryu. Use the word.
Okay, if you break it down into like 3 words, the word damsel basically means a pretty young girl. And distress means like trouble, like she's being attacked, or she broke something, or she fell, or something like that. So basically, damsel in distress is the stereotype of pretty girls that are in trouble, and some guy who, with a lot of muscles or something, like comes and saves them. And in the older stereotypes, this guy is like a knight in shining armor. So like he comes to save the princess from the tower. Damsels in distress are actually very popular in fairy tales. So like when a girl is saved by a very handsome guy, that's basically it.
Yeah, that's correct. A damsel in distress is when there's a story about a girl who is having trouble, so she needs someone. It always is a man who is a prince that comes and saves her. So, do you know the story of the Sleeping Beauty?
Yes.
Does everybody know the story of Sleeping Beauty?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, in the story of the Sleeping Beauty, Aurora herself, the princess, didn't do anything the entire story. She was just there, and everything was happening around her. She just got pricked with a spindle, and then she fell asleep. What happens? The story was resolved because of the prince. He fought the evil witch, and he kills her. She wake up. So she was in trouble, and the only way she can get out of trouble is being helped by a man. This is a stereotype of the damsel in distress. Thank you so much for saying this word, Rio. Now the last word is cheesy. Does anybody know what cheesy means? And no, it doesn't mean it's filled with cheese. Muhammad? Muhammad, you're muted.
No idea too.
Okay, Muhammad?
It's full of details.
Full detail.
Yeah.
No. Basma?
I don't know.
Okay.
I know it, but I can't say it in Arabic. You know when someone says a joke that is not funny?
Okay. Yeah, so yeah, cheesy has a lot of meanings. So it can mean that a joke is bad. So that's a cheesy joke. It can mean about like someone who is I'm going to use an Arabic word because it's a very colloquial word. ملزق. That's a cheesy person. Does anyone know what ملزق means?
Yes.
Yeah. Does anybody doesn't know what how we use the word ملزق? Okay, I think everyone knows. Okay, so and then when we talk about cheesy movies, so these are movies that again are stereotypical. That let's say they are they usually the movies that come out every summer about two people loving each other. That's a cheesy movie. That we know this girl is going to like this guy because the movie is always like that. That's a cheesy movie. Thank you so much, Rio, for using these words. Okay, where were we? Yeah. We talked about breast and like these favorite movies. I want to talk about characters. Do you think that a character in the movie is that you can understand the character more in a movie than in a book? Like when you read about that character, and then when you see that character, do you think you understand the character more through a movie? Muhammad.
I think I understand it more from the book.
Can you give us an example?
I really don't have an example right now, but okay. For example, the novel الفيل الأزرق.
Okay.
I have read it before I watched the movie, and when I imagine, I like had an idea or had the full okay, the Yahya, the character of Yahya, the Karim Abdelaziz, it was like with more details from the book, and I have like imagined a bit different, but indeed, you know, with more details, because the movie it's difficult for the actor to show you the different aspects of the film. And when you read it, you imagine it by your imagination, so you have like a special character you make in your mind. So I think the books are more like brief in describing the character.
The books are more what? I'm sorry, didn't catch the word.
Brief or concise, or make it like.
The books are more concise.
Yes.
You mean concise means it doesn't say a lot of things.
No. I mean واضح. What is the word?
Clear. Can you just do it quickly? Because concise and brief means something is made short, not clearer.
Oh, brief. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much, Muhammad. I actually agree with you that books usually tend to like describe how the person is feeling and how he's thinking inside of his head, and sometimes you don't get that through a movie. Thank you, Muhammad. Okay, Basma.
I think the book have a lot of details than any movie, because as Muhammad said, the movie depend on the actor, but the book depend on our imagination and the writer detailed writing. This is what I think.
Yeah. Detailed writing, yes. So we have more details about the character because the writer feels he needs to tell us more because we cannot see. Correct. Muhannad.
I don't read books a lot, to be honest, so I can't really participate in this question.
Oh, no, you said that you. I remember when we were talking about books. You said that you liked a book back in school, Gulliver Travels, right?
Yeah, but I didn't. Yeah, I didn't see a movie about him.
No, it's okay. Like, do you think
So,
that you understand Gulliver well from the book? The character of Gulliver.
Actually, yeah, I remember some points about his character that. Yeah, I think in a book you understand more than a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. For example, in Travel, he one time he was a giant, and the other time he was a tiny person.
Yeah.
So in the book, he showed how was the difference between being a giant and being a dwarf.
Okay, so you think that you.
So I think in a book it actually in a book it makes you more like imaginative person, so you understand more about the world and how we interact in the world.
Okay, great. I agree. Rio.
And
Okay, Rio, if you're eating, we can move to Noha till you like. Sorry.
they just finished, so.
Okay, great.
So, okay, the question was books or movies, right?
No, it was like characters in a book versus the character in the movie.
Well, okay, my best example of this is comic books, basically like Mickey Mouse for Disney, or like Marvel characters like Iron Man and Thor and so on. All these characters started out as comic book characters, like they were just pictures and with chat bubbles saying what they're explaining what they're saying. But when they came out in movies, they were so much better understood because now they have voices, they can move on their own. So honestly, I think these are the very best examples of how a movie can bring a book character to life in such a more attractive way.
Okay, but okay. So let me, because I know about this. Now, does everyone know what comics mean? What the word comics?
Like رجل المستحيل.
No, رجل المستحيل was like a novel, right? It was only words.
رجل المستحيل is what's it called? A serial novel. It's basically 160 novels. So it's a serial novel.
Okay, but my comics are but with pictures. You know, like Aladdin, Mickey. Do you remember those?
Yeah.
Yes.
Magid. Something
Yeah,
like-
exactly, Magid. These are comics. They are stories, but with pictures in panels.
Mm.
Oh,
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, back in the past, comics used to have like you don't only see what they're saying, they used to tell you what they're thinking too. There is this word called blurbs. BLURBS. Blurbs are the if you go to Zoom and the chat button, it looks like a triangle with like a tail, right?
Yes.
Do you all know this shape? How people chat together? It's like a triangle with a tail. Muhammad, do you understand what I mean?
My internet connection was bad. Can you repeat that again?
Are you on your phone or on your
Phone.
Yeah, the chat button. It looks like a triangle with a little tail, right?
Yeah.
That's a blurb.
Right.
BLURBS. That's a blurb. So in comics, they use these blurbs to write down what the characters are saying, we understand that. But back in the day, there was different kind of blurbs which were not rectangle, they were made of small circles. These small circles, you would understand that the rectangular blurb means that they're talking, the square, the circular blurb means that it's what they're thinking. So back in the day, you could actually understand the character because you know what they're thinking. I know nowadays in comics, they don't do that. I don't know why. I read a lot of comics, so I understand the difference between how it was back then and now. So if you read comics now, you will not understand the character completely because they don't tell you what they think. But I recommend you really to go back and read the first comics from Thor, Iron Man, Batman. You don't do the same blurbs nowadays. But thank you. I think you have the point too that now sometimes the movies can be better understanding a character. Thank you, Ryu. Noha.
Actually, I want to say something about the comics. I like the comics more than the cartoon because you know Mickey Mouse Clubhouse cartoon. It was about Mickey and his friends and so.
Yeah. I think I watched 2 episodes.
Yeah, I didn't like the voiceover. Mickey's sound was so not like what I imagined, so I didn't like it. So it's not always makes us understand the character more or something.
Okay, does everybody know how Mickey sounds like? Let me get you a video from YouTube because he sounds funny. That's actually how he sounds, Noha. And in every cartoon, this is the same sound.
Okay.
I was trying to learn how to talk like Mickey, and
yeah,
and how to talk like Donald Duck.
Donald Duck is so difficult.
Okay, I was young back then, so I don't remember if anyone like watched the same show. There was a show about Donald Duck and his 3 nephews.
What? It's called Shelled Butt in English.
Shelled Butt. DuckTales.
Yes, DuckTales. That's the one.
Did anybody watch Shelled Butt?
No.
Nobody
Daily.
watched it? Yeah,
Daily.
it was on every day. Okay, you need to hear how Mickey sounds like.
Okay, I have like a little comment. I think Noha said that was talking about Clubhouse.
Yeah.
The Clubhouse is basically Disney Junior. It's Disney for kids. There are so many other separate series for Mickey Mouse and all his friends like Goofy and Donald and all these guys. Actually, on YouTube, you can watch them for free in high quality, and the original episodes and everything, they are still coming. And other than the Clubhouse, this is completely different. It actually has like very grown-up jokes, and it's also for kids, but there are also things that only grown-ups will understand and things only teens will understand. So it's a very vast world. It's very huge.
Okay, but I think that if you want to target something that is a little older, Disney doesn't do that well. Looney Tunes do it better.
Okay.
Oh.
Looney Tunes doesn't do it much better. Okay, let's go from cartoons because we're going to spend a lot of time on cartoons. Just see the video if you want to hear how Mickey actually sounds like.
Okay.
It sounds very weird. Okay, thank you, Noha. We discussed. Okay, now let's do something that is more like imaginative. I want you to tell me if you can make a movie, what it'd be about, and then based on your imagination for the movie, I'm going to ask you some questions. Let's go with Muhannad.
I need to think more about it.
Okay, let's go with Rio.
Really? Okay. Well, I guess if I'm gonna make a movie, it will have to be about like a guy, like maybe myself or anyone, watching movies and like reading so many fictional stories and so on, and then like after 10 years of being obsessed with movies and music, like songs that tell stories and storybooks and so on, finding out that these things are actually hidden stories or stories about hidden real events, like happening on another planet or like in a parallel universe or something like that. Because I honestly, when I was little, I believed that all these things were happening. Like, I was so scared from, like, you know, Recess, the Disney series الفسحة.
Recess, yeah.
Yeah, there was actually an episode where like the what's it called? Their principal or النظرة or whatever
Yeah.
she is, like they found out that she was something like a sorceress or a zombie or something like that, and that was so scary because I believed that all this stuff was happening somewhere, like in like so close to me. So like after I grew up, I found out that these things are actually supposedly not real, but a part of me still believes that all these fictional things are based are based in someone's imagination. Like whoever wrote this story is a person who has a real life and he gets inspired from this real life. So I still kind of believe that stories that are in movies and books are somehow real. Like somewhere out there, these things are happening. So
Okay.
that's what I made the movie about.
Okay, that's very grand. Okay, thank you, Rio. Let's go.
Thanks.
Uh-huh.
Yes,
If you can make a movie, what will it be about?
I guess about the end of the world.
Oh. Okay. You're gonna be a happy end or a sad end for the world?
No, a sad ending because yeah, well, I'm sorry, but I can't see that it will end in a good way.
Okay. Thank you. Basma?
It will be a biography about someone I know in the college. He had a kidney failure, but he didn't lose faith. He had fight a lot until he had kidney transplant, and a lot of struggles that happened in his life.
Wow, that's great. It's great actually. Thank you, Basma. Muhammad Abedi?
Yeah, I got an idea.
Okay, please tell us.
Well, it's for example, now you're a person and you have found a time machine where you can go back in time, but you can't go in future. You just can't go back in time.
Mm-hmm.
What would you do to change your present?
Okay.
So, if, for example, if you're having a marriage and you just want to run away from that marriage, you would go back in time until your past self don't go and marry this one, for example.
Okay, I love how that always comes to boys' minds and wants to run away from marriage. Okay, thank you, Muhammad. Muhammad.
Like a normal story of someone from the ancient Egyptians, like the normal people, like a guy from the public, and like the story would be about his daily routine and where he raised or where he grew up, and who he married, and what he did, and what were his choices, life, and like his complete story. Just a very normal story, but complete story from the birth to the death.
That's okay. That's unique. Okay. Do you think? Do you want people to learn something like a moral value from the story?
Sorry?
Do you want like is your movie like? Do people going to learn something about like morals, like life lesson from the movie?
No, not at all. Just his story.
Okay. Who's going like? Which actor do you want to play the main character?
Okay. I don't know who is looking like a normal person.
What do you?
Who do you think like? I'm asking you the same question. Who?
Do you think actors don't look like normal people?
No, if you say, for example, someone like Amir Carrara, it's like he's not logical. So, or someone like
Tamer Habras.
no. Actually, I don't know who can do this, but it's like
Someone who can play. Someone who can play like an Egyptian man, right?
yes.
But he does. Okay. Can anybody help us? Like, do you know a character an actor who looks very Egyptian? Doesn't have to be Egyptian. Like, he just have to look very like Egyptian. Does anybody know anybody? Like any actor?
I know somebody, but I know the role he played. I don't remember his name. You
Okay.
know,
Tell me and I
he
look it up.
plays with Nelly Karim in سجن النساء. Who was the microbus driver. You know him? I don't remember his name. I think this is kind
look
of
him up.
regular guy. He was with Nelly Karim in سجن النساء.
He used to drive the microbus.
Yes. He was the microbus driver. The minibus driver, I'm sorry.
Does he have a beard?
Yeah, this one. He is like, he seemed like a regular guy in Egypt.
Is that the guy who made Okay, I'm going to look for his pictures and show you guys. Okay, thank you, Basma. Does anybody know someone else?
How old is the character?
Between 25 and 35.
Okay, maybe محمد مرغمي. Sorry.
محمد مرغني. Let me look him up.
Do you know him?
I don't remember names.
No.
Marghani is a funny guy, I think, صح?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is
in
he a singer?
It was in SNL بالعربي, I think. أو مسرح مصر.
مسرح مصر is not in SNL بالعربي.
Yeah.
Is he a singer?
I can't remember, but he is an actor.
Is the guy with the tooth gap?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that guy. Let me.
Oh no! Actually, I didn't imagine something like this. I think Muhammad Ghani would be something like a thief in the story, someone who has like a minor role,
Okay.
catching something and escape and something like this. Not the main guy, you know.
There is someone called Mahmoud Abd al-Mughni. Do you know him?
Maybe Abdul Mughni.
Okay.
How do you know? I don't know any of these people. You look.
I looked them up with the movies that I remember.
Mahmoud,
Abdul Mughni and his wife.
his wife.
Yes. Oh,
Sorry, I'm this bad. Oh yeah, that guy. He looks very normal. That's what you're looking for, Muhammad?
yes, maybe. Yes.
Okay. I'm still looking for the other guy from this. Okay, thank you.
Maybe Ahmad Helmi in the character of Atif.
all.
It was in a movie. I can't remember the name, but he was carrying a sugar cane and passing the streets. Can you remember it, guys?
That movie where he was with Ala Wali Din.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
I remember the movie. I don't remember its name.
Another.
I think maybe.
Okay, Basma, do you mean this guy?
His name, the man I know, I wanted, his name is Ahmed Aoud.
Yeah, exactly. That's the one I was going to send. That link. The chat. Did you check the link? Okay, you can check it anytime you want. Okay, thank you so much, Muhammad. Okay, Muhammad. What do you want people to learn from your movie? Muhammad? Muhammad, we can hear you. Can you hear anything? Or am I the one who's not? Can anybody hear anything?
Yes, I hear you.
Okay, Muhannad, can you hear us? I think Muhannad has a problem with his internet. Okay, Basma?
Yeah.
What do you want people to learn from your movie?
Maybe believe, don't stop believing in God.
Okay, who do you think will play the main character? Which actor?
I know, my colleague was look like Will Smith because he was Nuba guy. So, so I want Will Smith because he looked like.
Let me just write the word down. Nubian. The one you're looking for is Nubian. That's someone from Nuba. It's called Nubian. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Asma. Okay, Noha. What do you want people to learn from your movie?
To stop maybe overthinking about the future and start doing what they want to do in their life, really, and they keep, procrastinating it.
Okay. What do you want? Like, who do you want to play the main part?
I think maybe The Rock or Van Diesel, because they always have disaster happening in their movies. So and they start saving people, and it gets somehow it doesn't make sense, but I like watching it.
Okay. Thank you, Noha. Rio.
Yes, sir.
What do you want people to learn from your movie?
Well, I guess to not overlook things just because they may seem like they're aimed at kids, because kids are the most intuitive creatures ever, because their minds are still fresh. Their minds are not tainted with the worries and all the misleading of the grown-up life. So like when kids are attracted to something, I genuinely believe that this thing is matching up with what they are born as, like the raw mindset that everyone should have, like the God-sent mindset, you know what I mean? So that's kind of the message that I think all cartoons and things like that are like they are sending a message that grown-ups are failing to see because their minds are clouded by whatever society is teaching them.
Okay.
So don't overlook the cartoons and the fictional stories.
Do you know what TikTok is?
What?
Do you know what TikTok is?
Yes, I heard about it.
Does anybody know what TikTok is?
I think it is the program on mobile.
Yeah, it's an application
part of
on your mobile.
application.
That application, Rio, has a lot of children in it. But it's the worst thing ever made. I don't think children know what the purest thing is. TikTok is so bad.
Well, I heard about it, and these aren't kids. Let's just agree on that.
No, they are kids. They're very young kids on there.
Like
Really young.
They are not kids. There is no more kids like our days.
I mean, like
How my daughter talk.
Well, yeah, TikTok has a lot of young
or 5
people. What?
Are these kids on TikTok that you're talking about? Are they like 5 or 6 years old?
Yeah, there are some that are very young. Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay,
With the
now
parents.
with their parents?
Yeah. Like their parents have separate accounts, and like the kids have accounts and the parents have accounts.
Oh, okay. I am so terribly sorry.
So yeah, I do not think that children know what's pure. Okay, but anyway, thank you, Rio.
Upon a time, I guess.
Who will play you? Who will play you in the movie?
No, actually, I had someone in mind. Ian McKellen. You know him?
Ian McKellen.
He played
Magneto, yeah.
and Gandalf.
Yeah, do you guys
look-
know Ian Let me get the picture. He's so old.
He's old now, but he still has, that oomph effect. He still has it, the skills.
Yeah, he's a good actor. I don't know if people know him. A picture that looks like this picture of him as Dumbledore. He's one of the people who played Dumbledore in Harry Potter. He's the one who played Gandalf in
Lord of the Rings. You shall pass.
he played, I don't know. I can't remember the fantasy movie that not anything else. I don't know why. Thank you. Muhannad, can you still hear us? Are you still here?
I can hear you now.
Okay, yeah, great. Sorry, we were asking you where you were not where to be found. Okay, can you tell us what you learned from your movie?
My movie?
Yeah. What do you want people to learn from it?
They should make right decisions.
Not to get married, right?
Not in that way, but think properly before you make a decision.
Okay. Who do you want to play the main character in your movie?
I think Karim Abdelaziz, because he had a movie about this, about marriage specifically. The movie was talking about the marriage, and if he's going back in time, would he marry the same woman again or not? So I think Karim Abdelaziz. Can you repeat that again, please?
What's that movie called?
لماذا نذهب للمأذون مرتين? I think.
Is that an old movie? Because I don't know what it at all.
No, it's new. I think it went up last year, or maybe it's going to be released this summer, or I don't know. This winter, I mean. I'm not sure.
It's very recent. Okay, yeah. Do you know this one?
They make I think that movie. They made an advertisement about him, Muhammad. They talk about. They make an advertisement on the concept of the movie, I think.
I'm not sure, to be honest, but I know the act is finished, I don't know if they released it yet or not. But if it's not released, then it will be released soon because the acting is over.
Yeah, it's called a trailer. When there is a trailer for a movie. إعلان.
Yeah. I haven't really searched about it.
I haven't heard about it.
No, I don't think about. I don't speak about the trailer. I speak about an advertisement in the which come in between the episodes in the television or between series.
So it was an advertisement on TV.
Yes, they depend on the movie idea. They made an advertisement.
So it does it have parts of the movie in it?
No, not parts. The actors made a role in the advertisement.
Oh yes, they come and talk about the movie.
Yeah, like they announce the product in kind of with the actors depends on the movie.
Oh, okay.
I think she means like programs such as Scoop with Raya, where interviewers talk with the actors about upcoming things.
Are they interviews, Basma?
You know Scoop with Raya?
There was an advertisement with Magda Kidwani and Karim Abdelaziz.
I don't know it because I don't watch TV. But I think what you mean is that there's an advertisement about the product, but it is put like it is in the movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not an interview, Rio. It's like an ad that like takes themes from the movie and it's using the actors. Yeah, it's.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't watch it. It's good that you noticed that. Okay. My last question would be. Have you ever tried using movies to learn English? And like, I just want to hear your experience. Muhannad, you can start.
I tried at first, but I didn't enjoy the movie, so basically I just finished learning and I stopped learning using this method.
Okay.
I was watching the movie and I was focused on listening the exact word and like did I really understand the full sentence and this like so I stopped, I paused the video and just wait so can I understand more or even better than what I already understood. So basically it was annoying because I didn't really enjoy the movie, so I stopped doing it.
Okay. Thank you, Muhannad. Basma.
I didn't catch the question. Could you ask again?
Did you try learning English using watching movies?
When I watch movies, I try to catch some words with the writing down the meaning with I listen to the actor and try to get the meaning from the typing in the movie.
Mm-hmm. Did it work for you? Did it help you?
Yeah. Except when the actor talked fast, this make me don't recognize the words.
Okay. Thank you, Basma. Muhammad?
In fact, I haven't tried to watch just a movie to learn new words or to learn English from the movie. But when I watch a movie in English, I try to listen and I try to understand before reading the subtitles. But like as a main way to learn English, no.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Noha? Bless you, Basma. Noha?
I think she's not here.
She's not here. Yeah. Okay. Rio? Did you try using movies for English?
Yes, plenty of times actually. At first, I didn't even know I was doing that. You know, just watching the movies and not realizing that my memory is like saving all these words, and slowly but surely over the years I realized that I'm getting better in English because of this. And after I realized that, I started like putting effort into it. So it helps actually. I learned so many difficult words, and I learned a lot about the culture of English speaking people through the movies that they made, you know. So it was an interesting journey.
Okay, thank you, Rio. Thank you so. It's 8:20 now, so thank you all for coming today. I enjoy talking to you, and I like when it's like few people. We can talk a lot. We can all share our ideas, and I really encourage you to first of all make mistakes. There's something we added to every feedback this week, is that make mistakes. Making mistakes is good. That's where we can learn. It's okay to make mistakes. Don't be shy to make mistakes. None of us here is perfect. So say whatever you want, make your mistakes, and we're going to help you through them. Okay, thank you all so much for coming. The second thing is we all want to encourage you to know each other better. I want us all to become friends. We have been doing this for over 2 months now. This is our 9th podcast, like 9th week. This could be our like 20th podcast or something. So we want to encourage you all to become friends, like know each other. We're trying to make more posts on the page where you can all talk together. So we try to do that in the future. As always, this podcast is recorded. It's going to be on Facebook. It's going to be on YouTube. And the description have all the words and all the links. So you can all check it again later. If you want, you can watch the movies we discussed today again. We're going to put all the names in the description of on the YouTube video. And as always, who here didn't get their feedback?
I didn't.
Okay, Mohammed, please. We have our sessions on Friday and Saturday, and after Saturday's session, we send the feedback forms for you to fill. Please, when you're done with your feedback, tell us that you're done with it or you finished it, so we can send you your feedback. Because we don't know if you don't reply, we don't know if you've seen the message or not.
Oh, all right.
Okay, just tell us that you're done finishing the feedback, so we can know that you're online and ready to receive your feedback. Okay?
Okay.
Like every week, who wants to have their feedback, to give us their feedback through a form, and who wants to have it through a call? Muhammad?
Cool.
Basma?
Form.
Okay. Muhammad?
Oh,
Okay. Great. And once you finish, just tell us that you finished the form, and we're going to send your feedback. Okay?
Or I think I finished the form.
Okay, so we'll try to send you this week and last week's feedback. Okay?
Okay, no problem.
Okay. Thank you so much for coming. We hope to see you next week.
I hope so.
Goodbye.
Bye.